So 2013 was a fabulous year here at Jamboree. We were able to complete developments right here in Orange County and have a huge impact on our workforce housing production. We completed projects in Buena Park, Irvine, and Brea, 3 of our very close partners. This addition to the workforce housing for those communities really helps them to continue to expand, to recruit businesses and provide housing for their workforce to keep their communities healthy. So we're very excited about our production goals that we met in 2013. So what does 2014 hold for us? There's quite a lot going on in the affordable housing industry. On the national level, there's a real push for preservation, and at Jamboree that is a top priority for us. We want to preserve the housing that's already been made affordable so that the residents living in those units do not have to be displaced. And we're doing that through acquisitions and then renovations and putting long-term affordable covenants on those properties. So it's a really exciting opportunity, and we're seeing again on the national front, preservation being a real focus. Of course, our concerns, even at the national level, turn to funding. And we're always concerned about cutbacks in some of the federal funding programs, but at Jamboree we're going to continue to support and fight to keep that funding in place. Here, more at the local level, when you look at the state of California, it is amazing that we're in a situation now where we actually have a surplus up at the state budget. For Jamboree, that's a huge positive for us. As we all know, redevelopment was lost several years ago, and now we're starting to see some new movement with our legislature looking at potential new programs to help fill that gap. One of those programs would be SB 391. Which would create a permanent source for subsidizing affordable housing. So at the state level, that is really going to help us. Locally here in Southern California, we still continue to see much productivity. Our cities have huge needs, and we're here as a partner of them to meet those needs. So we have a development pipeline that is robust and healthy, and so for us the goal is how do we keep development going and not see any downturn. One of the things that we're seeing at the local level is that since the redevelopment agencies were eliminated, that funding source now comes through their property taxes, it's paid to the state, and then that funding filters down, and we're seeing what we're calling boomerang money coming back to our communities. So as communities are looking at their housing element, and they're looking at their regional housing needs and the needs that they have to provide housing for folks at all income levels, they're prioritizing these boomerang funds to come back in and fund affordable housing. We see that as a huge opportunity for Jamboree as we continue to work with our city partners on identifying land that may have been bought by the prior redevelopment agency, now be transferred to the successor housing agency, and potentially come to Jamboree using some of this boomerang money to fill the gap and get housing produced. We are seeing a difference in the size of our developments, where maybe in the past they were 150 units and now they're 90 units, or they were 125 and now they're 60 units. But it's continuous production, so it's bringing those units to the marketplace to help fill the need. We have approximately $233 million worth of construction in our development pipeline right now, which is huge. It's almost actually the highest that we've had at Jamboree, which is surprising with coming off the downturn and the loss of redevelopment. But I think it shows that our community partners continue to prioritize affordable housing and spending money to help produce affordable housing. And so for us, that's a huge win. One of the broader efforts that we've been working on at Jamboree is building healthier communities. So not just our development itself, but having the health and wellness programs that we're operating in our communities, having the LEED Platinum and LEED Silver developments, sustainable developments built on our specific construction projects. But how does that fit into the broader discussion? Many organizations are talking about healthy communities, and for years at Jamboree we've advocated that affordable housing has not been at the table. Well, we're seeing a big change there. We're seeing a recognition by market rate builders, by some of the private marketplace investors, look at what does a healthy community mean. And of course it means walkability, and of course it means sustainable construction features, but it also means having housing that's affordable to those folks who are living in that community, so that they're not working 2 and 3 jobs and not getting enough rest or not being able to participate in their child's school programs. And so it's that broader, healthy look that Jamboree is able to bring